Yes, exactly so. All time will tell. When you ask God to elect you, your deeds will show. And we will know whether you are a true leader or not. Anything you do, time will tell. It's morning from my end. Let me say good afternoon from my end. 14:30, meaning is 2:30. Yes, what's up, big brother? I see my own granny as well, watching all the way there from Canada. Welcome to the show. It's great to be in your company. We hear Liberian politics, Okay. Hopefully, Mr. Christian Dogofo Nelson will join in as my special sit in guest. But anything you do, time will tell. I mean, that's what's up. The thing we don't know. Have to look for something, man. Hey, Awakune, all my people there in Grand Cayman County. Awakune. Ambassador Bobby with me long time, man. Loso. Ah, God. Ah, don't know, yeah. Come for also. Zero. Zelo, 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 zelo. Zelo, 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 zelo. All right, let's say good afternoon to everyone. Let's stop the music. To all my people there in Grand Cape County, and of course, if you're from there, you live in the diaspora. Awakunaye. Metanamia. Claramala is in the house as well. Benson Mataya, my big brother. Dr. Francine Richardson. Recognition to all of you. Don't take it from me, oh. No way. I would never say happy decoration day. I won't say that to you. May you reflect. May you reflect your mind on all of those that we lost. Let's all of us take courage. Hello, Zella. A lot, just not too many things to really talk about today. I'm going to take it quiet, a little slow, like we're doing this from Grand Cape County. All right. Let's get to what we're here to do. Okay, welcome. In fact, we are also live on Radio LIB on this particular segment of my time here on Radio LIB. Mr. Christian Nugafo Nelson, if you're there, you can call now. I think all is set and ready to go. Today is JJ Roberts, right? JJ Roberts' birthday. The late JJ Roberts. Wishing the family of JJ Roberts well, I can say my deepest sympathy, right? May his soul rest in peace. Continue to rest in peace as well. Right. We got a couple of things here. First of all, we just been seeing a kind of I would say a promo. About another rape case in Liberia, an 11 years old, and this rape case is not even, it's beyond imagination, let me put it that way, because from the video clip that I received and listened to, watch it, the child is dead after the rape. 11 years old. The child is dead. This is this kind of a society that we live in, that when people open their mouth to talk and constructively criticizing policies, failed, or let's say fake policies and bad deeds, then others are coming at you to tell you that you're talking nonsense. 11 years old. Let me see what I can draw, what I'm talking about, I can share with you. Maybe some of you already have seen the video. But I know a lot of people send it to me. Let me see what I can draw it out and see what I can replay it. This is sickening. Sickening. And we sit there, we refer to ourselves as civilized individuals. A sovereign nation, people from a sovereign nation. And we condone these acts. Still trying to find this video. Let me see whether I think maybe perhaps I saved it somewhere. Okay. I find it difficult to retrieve this video. A lot of people send it to me. I find it difficult to actually if you're watching this live broadcast right now and you have that video of the latest rape case, the latest rape victim, please forward it to me right now, please, because there's others that haven't heard of it. But the anguish expressed in this video by the mother or the grandmother is unbearable. Hugely unbearable. And I think, from my personal perspective, I would blame the so-called authority we have. I don't know whether I'll find this video. Honestly, I need this video to share with you. You need to hear what happened, what actually happened. All right, let me play the music, and while I continue to fetch. All right, let's see. Also, it's great. Right, let me just talk a little bit about this particular rape case. Let me say, Christian Bell, Leonard Peters, good morning to you there, all the way there in Pennsylvania. Hope you enjoy your time there. I know you escaped from the very, very terrible weather here, but it was the another thing in America as well. So not really you escape from it, but it's almost like from the frying pan into the hot fire as well. But look, the latest news, why some of us are still campaigning for to know the whereabouts of Regina and her infant. Why some of us are still asking the question, or those burning questions that supposed to be addressed by our authority with respect to this young or this little girl who was allegedly raped last year and got pregnant. While we are on this quest, just last week, another story of rape is up. An 11 years old girl. I stay begging for somebody, those of you that are watching live especially, so people send it to me. I've been trying to find it. I can't find it, you know. If you can inbox it to me, or that video clip where this Oma and the other girl was explaining their ordeals to us. An 11 years old girl was just recently raped in Liberia. Raped. Unfortunately, according to this story, according to their video clip, the little girl died. Now, this is the society that we live in today. A society that is so disgusting. You see people doing things and going away, with it, going free without any question being asked. This is all. Everything that I'm discussing here is an open mic discussion. You can call in at 412-927-0162. You can also call via the video link if you're watching live on Facebook, and give your talk or your thoughts on some of the issues. This particular rape case, if you care to, you can call in and express your concern. What sort of society are we living in today? Our children are not safe. A grown old man will rape an 11 years old child. And sometimes I do ask myself a question and say, well, do they have children? Do they have a child? Why are they doing it? Not even 17. 11. You are a murderer. Why should you give a human being a kind of forever and ever on this planet long-term suffering? Right now, Regina and her infant, we do not even know where, let's say, their whereabouts. And people continue to keep silent. No one is talking about it. And this is why I continue to be angry with our mothers. I saw the children yesterday across the United States of America, where they came out of the bulk outers classes and they decided to take the street and say, enough is enough. We're tired of being killed by people only because of this nonsense gun rights in America. They came out because the children now have felt, I think it touched them, it reached to them. They said, yes, we deserve life, we deserve to live, we deserve to be free when we go to school, we deserve to be free, we deserve life when we're moving about. The children came out yesterday in numbers across the USA. Such is a signal to send out to the authority that indeed what is happening in the society, yes, everyone is touching it. And I've seen up to now silent. Our mothers even right after this particular 1 year. Okay, not when they're in that town or in that village that I saw young people coming out. They say they want justice, but this is something that's supposed to be re-echo and sent across the country of Liberia, where women will govern themselves, women will lead and say, yes, we are getting in the street, we want a complete justice, we want this to stop. And yet they continue to sit in silence. Thanks to the president for appointing a woman at the Ministry of Gender and Children Protection again. But mommy, I don't know your name who is there. The Ministry of Gender and Children Protection is a very, very great name. Children Protection. I think by now your work shouldn't be in the office. It shouldn't be turning papers around or signing documents or so. This is not about putting project proposal together for the international donors. It is about you speaking out as well for the voiceless. Oh yes, some other people say, oh yeah, when you become a minister, you shouldn't advocate. No, it's not like that. That's when you say something, people, the rest of the community will take it serious. When you come out, you stand against something, or you stand for something, and you voice out, your voice is re-echoing in the media all over, and people will say yes. Or you people are keeping silent on this issue. The last time you have International Women's Day, what I saw was an event to celebrate women who are already privileged, who are, in their cars, right, driving their car. If they want for rain to touch them, it will. If they don't want, no way, it won't touch them. These are the women you call to honor and celebrate, and you forget about the paramount issues on the ground. The rape case, abuse of our children, shortening their life. Then we say we call ourselves as civilized people. How can we be civilized when we cannot protect our own children, when we cannot give them life that they deserve, when we cannot say no to those that are abusing them? How can we say we are civilized anyway? This is too much now. I thought it was going to be nice one. Our son is just 11. And this child that was raped and led to her death is 11 years old. I feel like it is me directly helping too. That's how I feel right now. By the time that news got to you people yesterday, you the community leaders, women across Liberia, oh yes, what I wanted to see, or what I want to see right now, is for you to organize women across the country, from one capital city of a county to another. Organize women, put them together. Oh yes, it's not something about going to do a demonstration or so. Write on your placards, get in the street, call at the attention of your authority, call the attention of the international community. This is what happening behind your house and right in front of you as well, that your children are being molested. No one molesting them. Somebody will molest a child, and that child will be taken to their early grave. How on earth? Why should this be a continual thing in Liberia? Rape. Yes, this is a situation sometimes when you are close to the happenings and you see that individual. Oh yes, I don't even know what you will anticipate doing to them. You rape an 11 years old child or 9 years old to death. Then you call yourself a human? Then you call yourself a human? It's enough. It's about time for the women to wake up. Your wake up in Liberia, whether you're in Liberia or in the diaspora. Yes, those some of you that are in the diaspora are doing well. Yes, we continue to fight the battle, but only on social media. The message is not actually reaching to those it's supposed to be reaching. Oh yes, it is not. We just wish that our mothers on the ground will take those messages and then re-echo them. If you prepare the placards just now, and you say, we're calling our mothers, let's say our fathers, our sons, we're calling on you as well who believe in this cause, come and join us. Call on all the market women. You call a day off and say, look, today no woman going to sell in the market. No child is going to sell that cold water. or Kue or whatsoever you call it. We are going to have a day off, and that day off is not just going to be free. We will be from street to street with our placards calling on you to stop doing what you're doing, calling on the authority to reinforce every bit of the law that is against rape and abuse. You do that just now. You have such a protest calling for justice, demanding that you want justice for little Regina and her infant. Ask the question, where are they right now? What situation are they in? Who are they with? Why is it that up to now the person that was accused of this or committing this crime is yet to be brought to justice? These are the questions you, our moms, supposed to be putting forward. Not even putting it forward in black and white only, but coming out in the street in masses. Take that day off. Announce to the women across Liberia, to young women across Liberia, those are supposed to go to work, let them stay home and they'll get in the street. Call on authority. Do it the same way. Do it the same way the children did yesterday in some part of America, where they boycott their classes. And they say enough is enough now on us. Why should you go and buy your gun only to come in our classes, in our schools, and just shoot all to death? When enough is enough, enough is enough. You got to speak. If you don't talk, if you don't take action, nothing will happen. Please, moms. Women of Liberia continue to receive awards, international awards, local awards. Well, for what? I don't know. For sitting there and talking nothing? When your children are being molested? When kids are being sent to their early grave? And somebody is sitting there to say, yes, come and receive an award for an outstanding award. For what? It is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Up to now, we continue to sit and we don't even say anything about it. May her soul rest in peace. That 11 years old child. I'm calling on the authority, the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, or the Ministry of Health, the National Social Security and Social Welfare, the Ministry of Gender and Children Protection. They'll wake up. The mother should not be worried so much when they send their children to school and they are going to work or going to the market to sell. I wanted for that mother to be told or to be called over the phone or to be reached and say, your child has been raped. Shame on you all who know exactly what's supposed to be done and you are not doing it. Shame on you. Alright, because of time, let's see whether we can go straight into another level. As you can see, especially for those of you that are watching live on Facebook, what I've decided to talk on, we're going to start with a story of Representative Mona E. Pena Youngblood. And I just want to reiterate on this. Power absolute power can lead to, sometimes lead to a disaster. And I think some of our lawmakers, especially right now, represents the young blood is under the microscope. And I was just waiting for what I've seen, that the constituents themselves have decided to voice out. Now let me set the agenda here. I'm a Liberian. Regardless that I'm at home on the ground or not, I have the responsibility as an activist, as a humanitarian. I have a responsibility to my country. And that responsibility, either to speak out against ills in our society, or to do those things that I need to do physically, that perhaps will at least transform a life or so. And the reason that for me, I found it expedient that I'm not going to shut up my mouth. I will continue to talk against any form of ills in the Liberian society, is because I feel passionate about Liberia moving forward. My constructive criticism perhaps may not go down well with you because of our own individual differences or our beliefs or so. But obviously I don't care about that. I will never use my platform to insult or hail insult at anybody. For some of you that have been following me for long. But to sit here and say the truth, and not even but the truth, I will always say it. Let me see whether I can retrieve our communication of last communication. And I can tell you that unless this representative Muna Penam Youngblood transformed herself, or perhaps realized that indeed she was elected to serve the people of District Number 9 in Mosorado County, and not the office of the president. Unless you realize that and go back to her people, she will continue to face wrath with the people. When things started coming from the inauguration day to the day of the day that the president addressed the 50 members of the 54th legislature, our representative took the front row of being the protocol officer. Up to now, we don't even know. Besides knowing that she was elected as the District Number 9 representative, as far as serving the president is concerned, we don't even know her role. In some instances, you see her acting as the chief of protocol. In some instances, you see her acting as an AD, a special AD, a special aide. In some instances, you see her acting like a special assistant. President Charles Gangetiro used to have a position, special service. Yeah. Assistant Minister for Special Service. I mean, for him, I think it was a woman that was serving in that position. So we also see Honorable Muna E. Pellan Youngblood serving in those capacities. Yeah. Any rightful mind or mind can actually try to actually question this position as far as our relations with the president office is concerned. And so when the questions started coming out or so, people asking, even the front page Africa asked the question once upon a time, beside the story that I'm going to bring out later, as to what role are you actually playing. That's the time the journalist asked her the question, and she assaulted the journalist. This is now how we should run the government. It's shocking, even the news we're hearing right now about her. And so when the president came to Paris, I was there as well, and I decided to meet with a cross section of them. After that, after the visit of the president, I came back to the UK. And what I saw there, how she was also doing things. In fact, throughout the rest of the other tours, it didn't go down to many of us. You cannot forsake your people for one individual. And so I had a problem with it, but me, I like to deal with my issues somehow with due courtesy, with due respect. And since I wrote this communication 24th February to her, today is 15th of March, she's yet to reply to my comment. And this is what I said to her before I come to the newspaper story now. Good morning, Honorable. I really do like to speak with you. I have been admiring you, especially your eloquency and how you have proven to be knowledgeable on the issues of national concern in both houses, and honestly, I can only compare you with Madam Joy Howard Taylor. As a concerned citizen, I am one of those Liberians who isn't happy about your ongoing handling of responsibilities since the ascendancy of Mr. Weah as president of Liberia. I personally feel that you are more focused now on running the office of the president than that of your constituency, of which you were elected for. To me, I see this as an overlapping of functions and responsibilities which could contribute to a future embarrassment of the president's office. Oh, something happening here. The post you put up after the visit isn't your work, but rather Office of the Press Secretary in line with the Information Ministry. We are having problem with your constant movement when the president is exercising his official duties, seeing you serving in the position of the special aide, special security advisor, and as director of office staff. My personal thought is that you are bringing yourself down as well. Please focus on the district work. Thank you. That is the communication I sent to Honorable Muna Pelam Youngblood, immediately after we all left Paris, and up to now, she's yet to respond to me. So I decided to share with you because the story that came out now is something like that I was waiting for, either her response or for me to hear from the constituency or from the constituents as well. And let me go to the story. Welcome everybody on the show. I will show you this video because a front page brought this story out. Constituents in district number 9 are furious. They are angry and they are asking questions about the whereabouts of their representative. The honorable is no longer in the district at all. But before I read the story, I'm going to show you the video. And there's a particular photograph. I think it was taken in the church on the day of the president's wife's birthday. And my question now is, I don't know who is seated on the left-hand side of the president, because we can't see that person. But on the right-hand side of the president is Honorable Muna E. Pelam. Now, where is the woman? Where is the birthday woman? Even if the woman was to be maybe put in a special seat, I think the woman and the husband supposed to be sitting together. And from the photo I can see on the president's left-hand side, it should be a photo of a gentleman, which is not too clear. But I'm going to show you this photo, this particular photo on the front page Africa. And then from there, I will read the story out to you, so you can judge for yourself. So let me see, give me a few seconds. Let me see if I can revise the camera. Okay, I think the camera is being revised now. So let me just focus. This is the photograph I'm talking about. So you see what I'm talking about? If you don't know the Honorable Youngblood we're talking about, she is the one here. So if you check on the left, you hardly find somebody who is seated there. But if you look keenly, perhaps it's like a gentleman that's sitting there. So let me see. Let me focus my camera back on me, so we can continue from there. Now you see what I'm talking about. But let me go straight to the story. Representative Youngblood abandons sessions to serve President Weah. Constituents express concern. And let's take the body of the story. Mosorado County District. Alright, it's not a birthday picture. Okay, thank you. It should be in the church. Let me read the story. Mosorado County District number 9 residents are accusing Representative Muna Pelam Youngblood of reducing the district representative office to a mere protocol office. Say Francis D, if you can maybe before, I know it be mentioned in this paper, but if you say it was not in the church, it was not a birthday, can you give us the description of where that picture was taken, if you know? All right. According to them, she has abandoned all the developmental projects she promised during the 2017 presidential and representative elections. Sarah Monga, a resident of the Matadi community, told FPA, that's Front Page Africa, that since Representative Youngblood was re-elected, she hasn't taken a day to go back to hold community or district meeting in which development and issues affecting our district will be discussed. We don't know what has happened to our lawmaker. All we see is our lawmaker acting like one protocol officer behind the president. We are not against her ambition to work as a protocol officer for President George Mane Weah. I think if she is not interested in representing our interests, she should do the honorable thing to resign and give the district a chance to elect another person. In an interview with these people, other residents like Monga expressed disappointments in the actions of their lawmaker, who they accused of abandoning her function as a lawmaker with responsibility to provide representation, oversight, and lawmaking. Records from the House of Representatives Secretariat show that the District Number 9 lawmaker has been to session only 2 times since early January 2018. According to the record, Representative Pelham Youngblood has missed more than 6 sessions without genuine excuses. Of recent, the district lawmaker has been in the media for abandoning her work as a lawmaker and functioning more like a protocol officer to the president. She has traveled on all of President Weah's foreign trips. Unconfirmed sources also hinted from Page Africa that Representative Youngblood had earlier contemplated on resigning as lawmaker to take on the post of Chief of Protocol at the Executive Mansion, but the president rejected the proposal. In 2011, residents of Monserrado County District Number 9 chose Representative Youngblood over the likes of Dr. Ketekume More, who was then their sitting lawmaker in the 52nd legislature. They saw her as that person who would represent their interests in the legislature. During her campaign, the lawmaker made many promises of what she would have done if elected, many of which she is yet to accomplish. She did begin some of them, which she didn't complete before her tenure ended. Some of the projects include construction of a town hall, construction of the bridge that would connect New Matadi to the 12th Street community. Some have opined that because of her failure to live up to the promises she had made, getting re-election was difficult. She had a challenge of convincing people again why they should trust her with another 6-year tenure to be their lawmaker. Besides failed promises, Representative Youngblood had to neutralize the formidable foes from Phoebe Henrys, a contestant who tried to capitalize on her weaknesses and failures in a tense electoral process, one of her critics said. However, the people of the district still voted her to represent them in spite of all the oaths. Some of her critics attribute her second-term mandate to her closeness to her political godfather, President Weah. And finally, she is their representative for the next 6 years if nothing outward happens. Yes, indeed. At the end of the day, she's already there. 6 years. She's been given the mantle. It's not a position that you can just say, oh, you can say you can have cast a vote of no confidence. No, except they themselves resign. So you're inside. All right, let's get some reaction from those who reacted to this story. Jojo Johnson, Alaska, is in Alaska, Wisconsin. District number, he asking a question. District number 9 resident. Did young blood or old blood ever put knife to you guys' throats to vote for her? Hell no. Mona Peram old blood isn't only being a protocol officer for the president. For the president football wear, but also house girl. Good job, Muna Oblot. Okay, that's Jojo. All right, let's get this from Philadelphia. David Duna. All the blood, including bar blood, white blood, red blood. You just name the rest. Jojo, you too funny. Okay. Tollint Phillips, College of Cape Town. This is what happens when you live by the motto, vote one, vote all. Fools. Mona is after her interest, not the clowns who voted for her. But if she should run again, she will be re-elected for the 3rd time. Do not whine about the stupidity caused by you and others. Now let's take this last one here from Acid Johnny from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Is the president Weir's sidekick or protocol blood? Is she the president Weir's sidekick or protocol blood? Okay, she is a snitch on the block. She is not above recalls. It is true that she abandoned her duty as lawmaker. Esther, either she continues working with President Weir or relinquish the job on Capitol Hill. All right, thank you. And let me stop there. A lot of comments here. I'm going to stop there. But these are some of the issues now. If you think whichever way you think that this story should go, or in your own expression, what do you think about this, the expression by the constituents? About their concern that, you know, they want her to decide between being a representative and also being so much in the president's office. So what do you think? Give me a call, 412-927-0162. While we await your call, we will also be talking about this TPS and DED. 412-927-0162, or better stay, if you're watching live on Facebook, you can give me a call right now. We'll take your call and hear your views and comments as well. But let's see. But let's see if we can get this particular story about this DED, yeah, and the TPS. Is already up, and things are not going well with our brothers and our sisters in the States. Okay, but let's get this story for your listening. Let me see.
In the Northwest Metro are worried. Many Liberians in the Northwest Metro are worried that a policy allowing them to stay in this country will soon end.
It's known as Deferred Enforced Departure, first approved by President George W. Bush and extended several times since. Now Liberians face a March 31st deadline. Reporter Sonia Goins has more.
Mike and Alex, there are many Liberian businesses along this vein corridor. Many of them say the whole economy will be greatly impacted if there is not a deal made on the deferred enforced departure. What's up, Pa? The flavors of Liberia fill the air here at the African International Market and Grill. We do the cassava leaf, the pepper soup, meat pie. The takeout restaurant opened about 10 months ago and is fastly gaining in popularity. Mostly Liberian working back here. Enjoy your meal.
While Akina Blade and her co-workers prepare and cook dishes from their homeland,
We have cassava leaf, you know that, right? Ready to go?
they are worried about their family and friends who might have to leave if there's no agreement on the immigration policy.
Them having to go back home is devastating. You come here for a dream. You come here for a purpose, to find a better life.
And for many who work here, the issue hits close to home.
This business within itself is impacted. We have a lot of Africans that work here that take care of their family.
No deal can have an effect, not just for this business, but the local economy as well.
It's just not one person that's impacted. It's a community. It's places like this business. When people are not working, they can't come and purchase things.
Meanwhile, community leaders say they will continue to fight for a deal right up to the March 31st deadline.
These are human beings. These are people that have communities depending on them.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Some Liberians in the area are in Washington, D.C., lobbying congressional leaders this week, and they're hoping to get enough support to convince President Trump to extend the program.
Many Liberians in the Northwest Metro are working.
All right, this is the latest development right now as we speak. Situation our brothers and sisters are going through right now in America. 2 weeks from now, 15 days from now, by the end of this month, the news we're getting is that the protection that was given to them during the heat of the Civil War, probably from 1989 to the Ebola time, the administration of Donald Trump is saying that it is over. Yes, and I remember that last year or year before last, it came up. We did talk about it. It was somehow somehow extended to this March. But we have a serious challenge here. Being unpredictable as President Trump is, being unpredictable as President Trump is, the fate of our people is hanging in the balance. And I would say I'll continue to blame the past administration, especially this administration that can only encourage the President George W. to say, well, probably Mr. President, is worth trying our luck. President Trump is a human being. It's worth trying our luck, President Weir. And maybe that 20-minute phone call to him, to President Trump, where you will explain things to him and then ask him for such favor, even to give us maybe an additional 2 years and say, give me 2 years. Let me prepare, even though I'm asking you to please help us. Our economy is in bad shape. We are struggling. We are struggling in every sector of our land. I inherited a government with no money left in the cover. Please, we're not asking you for any cash right now or so, but only if you can accept our people. Give them an indefinite leave to remain in that part of the world. It doesn't matter, it's okay. But please do not send them back home now, because we do not even have a housing unit in the city, where in fact almost the entire country is just packed there. It's worth trying, Mr. President. It was trying making that phone call. to President Trump. You never know. He's not going to slap you. He's not going to insult you. I know. If he says yes, fine. If he says no, that's it. But hear his voice from the other side of the river. That's how I feel. I'd really do sincerely apologize. My Skype, I see most of your calls coming. Let me try this one again. But each time I click to take the call, it dropped. So it's not my fault. All of you that are trying to make a call actually to contribute this afternoon. If you can call on the video, try. Maybe I don't know. Maybe most of you are not even watching on video live. But if you can call on video, that's fine on Facebook. Let me try again and take this caller. Let me see again. So President, we could try something for them. Just a phone call, diplomatic discussion on a humanitarian level, on a humanitarian pew level, and seek that help. All right, this call dropping. Let me try that. Another call coming again. Let me see. So that's my take on this particular issue. Yes, the status was being reviewed most of the times during President George W. Bush time, during President Barack Obama time as well. 2 years, 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. And the length of time it has taken. I know some people are also having problem now. Why should so many people still be on the TPS when they have the opportunity to do other stuff, to do other means or find other means to get their status? I really do sincerely apologize. The calls are still dropping. Let me try the one again. Calls are dropping as well. I know you have interest in most of what I'm talking about, but my Skype is giving me trouble right now. Yes, you could be having your own point by asking the question as well. Why? But at the end of the day, this is where we are now. They are all people. Some of us can't afford for any of them to be removed from the states and just go to RI and put them down. I keep trying. Let me try and take this one again. Keep trying, but yeah, I think I'll give up now. If this doesn't go through, then I will give up now. I can't afford to see any of my brothers or sisters going back home right now, taking back home almost forcefully. And you don't even know where you're going to start life from. And some of you guys left from there, you were teenagers, like I was saying last night. Maybe you were 17 years old, you are 18. Maybe you were just sometime around 15 years old. You haven't been home for all these years, since 1989. So imagine now you being put on the plane and say you are taken home forcefully. You're not even carrying everything that you have accumulated and have in that place. This is where mental health issues can come in as well. Because when you got all of these problems on your head and you start thinking as to where to start life from, and you ask questions, so many questions, but you can't even get the answers also. The Liberian community in the USA, I know, Mr. President, that there might be, like the news said, this week they are beginning to perhaps continue with their lobbying. But if you can take that phone and make that call to President Weir or President Trump, while your children are going out to meet whoever they're going to meet to talk, your echoing will help a lot. Even if they even have the opportunity now to meet whosoever big person they're going to meet at the White House or the Capitol building, if the president can make mention and say, well, in fact, President, we are calling and told me this, but this is what I told him. Yes, at least our president, they try to intervene. And once that's happened, you know, at least we can say, yeah, our president try his best. Or maybe we even say, well, if perhaps if it was just maybe if it was just Judge Weir that was in power for the past 12 years during the administration of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, maybe they would have gotten their indefinite leave to be there. Yes, I'm not saying that I'm not giving credit to the madam, because perhaps all the renewal that was going on, extension and thing, it was due to her intervention as well, because she was very, very lovable by, especially the Secretary of State then, Madam Clinton, and Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf were very close as well. And we know President Bill Clinton, sorry, not Bill Clinton, but President George W. Bush, over time after time, I used to talk quite a lot about Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Now we thought, actually for me, I really thought that time that the TPS or DED will come to an end before the Omar stepped down. But it didn't happen. And today here we are, we got 2 weeks. We already, even since last year, we've been seeing people being put on the airplane and sent back to their countries or so. We don't want to see this happening to us. So please, Your Excellency, the people's president, we need your intervention. We want you to make that phone call. Thank you so much this afternoon. I do sincerely apologize that unfortunately due to this Skype connection, which of course has been so much bad, we could not take your calls. But this is how I come to the end of this discussion here this afternoon. Hopefully we'll continue with we'll continue tomorrow again here on Radio Liberia, of course. Max K makes a Facebook page broadcasting you live issues, opinion on those issues that are of national concern as well. Until then, let our representatives let them know, especially those of you that were elected, that we stood out there and cast our votes. You are answerable to us. You are working for us. We have every right to ask you questions if we feel that things are not going right. Please come back to your constituencies, meet your people, consult with them, talk to them. That's the only way you will see development moving forward. You alone cannot run the office of the district. We put you there for a purpose, and that purpose is for you to work in our interest. That purpose is for you to ensure that indeed developmental agendas are implemented for the benefit of the district. If you abandon the district, you abandon those agendas. when you abandon the agendas, you abandon our progress as a district. Our school will be in a deteriorating condition or deplorable condition. Nobody will pay attention. So we all need to meet, sit, and discuss. Honorable representatives, please return to your constituency. Return to your constituents. They voted you. Well, thank you very, very much. I hope you enjoy the show. I do sincerely apologize. Oh my. Due to technical problem, I couldn't be able to interact with you directly. Thank you. Oh, goodbye for now. Have a pleasant day. Bye.